Hi and welcome to our lesson for today with me, Mr. Dana. Today I'm going to explain to you about MUET, specifically MUET writing, question 1, report writing, or some people call it graph analysis. It's the same thing actually. Firstly, there are 5 elements in a report writing or graph analysis. Okay, what are the 5 elements that we have in a report writing? Alright, first for the introduction paragraph, we have the introduction and also overview elements. Analysis and synthesis elements will appear in your content paragraph, while conclusion element will appear in your conclusion paragraph. Before I continue with the explanation, there are a few terms that you need to get used to. Okay, I'm going to explain based on this question. Okay, this is what we call a question for a graph analysis. And for every question, a title will be given for each stimulus. Okay, what is stimulus? Okay, this is what we call stimulus. Okay, we have stimulus 1 here, stimulus 2 here. Okay, stimulus can be a graph, a bar graph, a line graph, a pie chart, or even a table. Right? This is what we call stimulus. And for every stimulus, a title will appear above the stimulus. Let's start with the first element in a report writing. Okay, the first element is called introduction. Introduction is the easiest element to be written. Alright, what is introduction? Introduction, you need to refer to the title of each stimulus. Right? For example here, figure 1, number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2013 and 14. The second stimulus, the title, table 1, attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. So you need to repeat the titles for the stimulus as your introduction. Okay, examples of phrases. Okay, these are some examples of phrases that you can use to construct your sentence. Okay, for example, the stimulus depicts, shows, illustrates. Okay, stimulus, that means I'm talking about one stimulus. So the verb will be a singular verb. The charts demonstrate, charts, plural. So plural verb. The table shows, the table portrays, the table illustrates, the visuals, okay, plural. So we have a plural verb. Or you can also write table 1 illustrates the title, while figure 1 shows followed by the title. Okay, so these are some examples for writing an introduction sentence. Figure 1 shows the number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2013 and 2014, and Table 1 depicts the attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. Or you can also write in this pattern, the visuals portray the number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2013 and 14, and the attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. Basically, introduction, you just write whatever titles that are given in the stimulus. Let's carry on with our explanation. Okay, the second element, overview or general trend. Okay, this will also be in your introduction paragraph. What is overview, general trend? Okay, two ways of writing your overview. The first way, the easiest way, using the titles of the stimulus. But remember, you must write according from the same time frame. What is time frame? Time frame is the year. Okay, later I'll explain more about time frame. Okay, this is the title. Example of sentence. So when you want to write your overview, you can use the title, you can combine the title, but make sure you combine with the same time frame. If you look for the first stimulus, if you look at the first stimulus, the time frame here is 2013 and 14. Whereas in the second stimulus, the time frame is only 2014. So you do not have to talk about 2013. You can ignore 2013. You can just use 2014 and 2014. Here's the example. Generally, the trend shows the number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2014 is influenced by, correlates with, or corresponds with. These are the phrases that you can use. Either one, the attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. So if you look here 2014 and here 2014, all right, I take the same time frame and make it as a overview using the titles. Okay, repeat again. Generally, the trend shows the number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2014 is influenced by the attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. Or you can also say, generally, the trend shows the number of tourist arrivals for ASEAN countries in 2014 correlates with or corresponds with the attractive features of ASEAN countries in 2014. So this is the easiest way of writing your overview using the title, but make sure you link with the same time frame. If here you have 2013, here 2014, you cannot mention because it will be illogical. So you mention 2014 and here 2014. Okay, the second method, okay, this is a bit tricky, but actually this is the best way of writing your overview. Linking significant information or trend between the stimulus. Linking significant information. What is significant information? Significant information is something about highest, something about lowest, amount that is the most popular or least popular, something that is most preferred, least preferred. It's the same like writing a synthesis. Okay, synthesis is something that you will see in the content, but without inserting data. That means there is no number mentioned, no amount mentioned, no percentages mentioned. But still, same like the first method, it must be from the same time frame. So for the stimulus 1 here, 2013 and 14, but in stimulus 2 we have 2014. So when you link using the second method, please do not mention about 2013. You can just mention about 2014 and 2014. Example. All right, before I give you the example, let's look at the first stimulus. Okay, you have to identify something that's significant. You know what is something significant? Something that is highest, lowest, most popular, most preferred, least popular, least preferred. Okay, if you look and make sure it's the same year that you're going to link, so we have to see at 2014. You can ignore 2013. You can omit 2013. We don't have to link anything with 2013 because the second stimulus is about 2014. So we just look at 2014 in the first stimulus. And what is significant? Okay, we see something higher. Something highest, okay, here, Malaysia, 21 million tourist arrivals. And another one, something that is the lowest, Singapore, 4.4 million. So if you are going to use an information about Malaysia, because Malaysia had the highest number of arrivals, so you look at the second stimulus. Okay, Malaysia had the highest numbers of arrivals. Why? Okay, if you look at the second stimulus, Malaysia had all 4 features covered. So you can write your overview using or linking the information in the first stimulus about Malaysia and the information about Malaysia in the second stimulus. Or you can also use Singapore. Let's look at Singapore, 4.4 million. Why was it the lowest? Look at the second stimulus. If you look at the second stimulus, we can identify that Singapore had only one attractive feature. So logically, because of that, Singapore had the lowest number of tourist arrivals. Okay, so this is the example. Generally, Malaysia recorded the highest arrivals in 2014 because Malaysia had the most number of attractive features compared to other ASEAN countries in 2014. Okay, so 2014 and 2014. Or you can also use information from Singapore. Overall, Singapore had the lowest number of tourist arrivals in 2014, correlates with the lack of attractive features offered in 2014. Or you can say corresponds with the lack of attractive features offered in 2014. Okay, this is how you write your overview using the second method, that is linking significant information between the stimulus. Okay, that means you link. The first method, you link the title, but make sure time frame must be the same.